Hi everyone, it's Andy from Hobby Headquarters. Well, I've got some exciting new products to share with you guys today, including this brand new Tamiya motorcycle. Their 1/12 scale Honda, I have to remember what exactly it is, the CBR1000RR R. Gorgeous looking model kit inside there. Plus we also have the anodized front fork set to go with it. So this is coming at a perfect time because I'm really in a mood to kind of change it up a little bit, and I've been doing so many tanks lately that I thought this is going to be the perfect thing to break that up. So I'm going to start building this fairly soon. The reason I say fairly soon is, let me slide this over to the side, because we're going to use this kind of a little bit of a channel update too, not just new product. But I've already started on the Tacom Blitz by Tacom, the Panzer III. And I'm also doing simultaneously the US quarter-ton utility vehicle, which is a Jeep. We all know it's a Jeep. But so I'm doing this one and this one at the same time. As you can see, we've already got all this glued together, and the Jeep I've just got the frame working on my build counter over there. So we've got those two, so expect videos on those fairly soon, and then as soon as I'm done with those, I'm going to start on this. So I'm going to tear this one apart today and show you all the insides of this and just how gorgeous this kit is. Plus also, Tamiya is reissuing the M47 from Italeri. It's got a few new parts in it and some retooled parts in it. So this was, actually both of these are supposed to be out sometime in June from what I understand. So also, since we're going to be doing this as a kind of an update video, I might as well tell you guys now, we've been thinking a lot about it. Andy's HHQ.com and myself were all supposed to go to the IPMS Nationals in San Antonio, Texas, or San Marcos, Texas, which is right outside of there. And after a lot of thought and a lot of careful consideration, I think we've decided that we are not going to attend the IPMS Nationals this year. We were all excited. We had everything ready to go, but with everything that's happening right now, I just think it's in the best for all of us not to go. And then we will plan on attending next year in Las Vegas, which will actually be a little bit closer for me. I can make that drive in like a little over 4 hours from Phoenix, where I am right here. So I'm sorry to say, I was hoping to meet a lot of you guys again at the IPMS Nationals, but with all the stuff that's happening in the world right now, I think we're gonna pass on those basically. So having said that too, there's a lot of exciting new kits that are on the water, and that is because air freight is impossible to get a hold of anything right now. Everything has to come by surface, so it's kind of delaying all the new kits that were supposed to be. So instead of a couple of days, we're now waiting 4 to 6 weeks to get all of our product in. But once it starts hitting, it'll all start catching up to itself, and then we'll be back to having regular kits all the time on it there. So having said all that, let's take a look inside of these kits right here. So let's get started. First model we're going to take a look at is the new Tamiya 1/12 scale Honda CBR1000RR, their Fireblade SP. And one thing we'll also take a look at in this kit too, and we'll kind of point out, is you see this kind of elaborate paint job right here, and some of it is duplicated with decals, but we want to take a closer look and see how the average modeler, if he's going to be able to pull off such an intricate paint job. Now, one thing I'll point out too, obviously that's the first paint job, but there is a solid black version available to build in there as well. But I really like the red, white, and blue that is done on this particular one, and when we build it, I think this would be the one that we want to build right here. Okay guys, the first sprue we're going to take a look at is the engine sprue, and absolutely how gorgeous this is. First of all, you'll notice right off the twin pipes are molded as one big long piece, so you're not fitting pieces together there. This is all one long piece for both sides, and then they will merge together in this, which has been slide molded, the muffler portion of it. And we've got the intricacies of the actual engine here. And what I'll basically do now is just show you some real close-ups of all this stuff. The chain looks spectacular. The next sprue we're going to take a look at is the frame, and it too molded in really large pieces here with look at the weld seam on that. That is incredible looking. Now we'll take a look at the suspension, brakes, and the wheels themselves. First thing off, I love this that they have drilled out all of the brake rotors. And as you can see, all of that has already been drilled out for you, so you don't have to spend all the time drilling those out. They are done, as well as down in here. These are the shocks that obviously that are provided with the actual kit. And the reason I point those out is too because there is an aftermarket kit that we also have too with some anodized aluminum parts that I'll show you in a minute there. Absolutely beautiful. Now we're going to take a look at the body pieces, and what I wanted to show you guys on this is basically taking a look at them. We'll do a quick close-up of all of them, but then explain how they're going to go together and how we would actually paint them. So as you can see, they're molded beautifully. Lots of intricacies there that are pretty incredible the way they've done. Now what we'll do is we'll kind of take this and put it a little bit further over, but you notice this whole portion down here, that corresponds to these two pieces. So these two pieces will get painted completely red. Then this piece up in through here is the side of the bike, which will basically be painting the majority of it blue with a little slice of red in there. So I don't think it's going to be very difficult to mask that off. And then we have pieces like parts of the tank, which will have a little bit, but we'll show you the decals in a minute, which most of it will probably get to be painted red, and then just applying the decals over it, and then of course some of the other body panels. So looking at the way they've broken the panels down, I don't think it's actually going to be that difficult to mask this off. In fact, I think it's actually going to be, I mean, a little bit of work, of course, but nothing terrible on it that the average modeler wouldn't be able to go ahead and do with a little nice masking tape. And so having said that, let's take a look at the decals now. The only thing that we'd have to worry about is making sure that we get to, if we're painting the red, especially when we're matching it right here, is that we use a red that is going to be you know, spot on. So if you run the decal up to it, as well as the blue, that they're going to match and not look like it's a different color red. But the instructions will call out the red, and we might even be able to use their new lacquer paints to paint this, which hopefully the lacquer paints will match these two colors, and then we'll be able to airbrush it right on there. Okay, we'll also take a quick look at the other set of decals that comes inside here. So we have our instrument panel and a few of the other little things on there. Plus you also get masking stickers to break up that blue and the red, plus also some metallic foil for the rear mirrors on it. Oh, and one other thing too, I missed this completely. This is also another part of the body panel that goes inside there as well. And this is where the Honda emblem is going to be. So it looks like this entire piece, the way it's broken up, will get painted completely red. Now we're going to jump into the other parts. Pull these out of here. We've got our two beautiful Tamiya tires, front and back, plus all the little accessories that come with it. So we've got wiring, two different types of wiring, bunch of screws, and then of course It looks like now they're actually including the metal spring inside the kit. In past, it's been a plastic spring, and you usually had to get the upgrade kit to get the metal spring, but they're actually including the metal spring in there. Of course, the little screwdriver. And this is the update part kit that they'll sell separately, of course. These are all anodized aluminum for the front forks, and these parts are new plastic parts that will slide right inside there. You get another one of the metal springs in yellow, and then a bunch of other anodized pieces for some of the fittings. And I would normally open this, but I am really worried about losing any of those little parts until I actually get a chance to put them on the bike. So we're just going to leave this sealed in the bag, but it gives you a general idea of what is going to be included inside that. Oh, and one other thing. I almost forgot this. It was so invisible in the box, I didn't see it. This is all of the clear parts that actually come with the kit. This is not aftermarket. This is actually inside the kit. So we've got our windscreen, our light covers, things like that. Also due to be released in the United States is the M47 patent, the West German tank from Tamiya, which is actually a reboxing of the actual Italeri kit that they've gone ahead and just pull this open here to let you see. There is a new figure, and they're really good quality 50 cal, the one that has been all slide molded. That has been included inside basically the Italeri kit. And this kit right here will be available sometime in June, actually. I also wanted to show you guys a new product that will be coming on the market very, very soon. And it is a bottle topper for Tamiya paints that will make pouring out and using Tamiya paints a lot easier. Now, what I have right here, this is actually one of the prototype sample copies they've sent me out to. They are actually going to be producing these through regular injection molded means, but it is a flexible top that will screw on to the Tamiya bottle and then allow you to put very small amounts of paint on. They are completely impervious to solvents, or Tamiya paint, to lacquers, all those other things, so they're completely reusable. And once you screw it onto the top, you have basically the ability to pull the little cap off. And let me show you how this will work right here. So when you flip it upside down, the paint doesn't come out, so you won't be able to spill it, but you will be able to just squeeze the top right there and put just a small little amount of paint into your airbrush, or onto, if you're going to be hand painting, any other type of thing. So it's just going to make it a lot easier to not have to use pipettes and or spilling paint on the side of the airbrush. I know when I'm about to try to pour in here, there's usually always paint running down the side, because inevitably I just grab a bottle of Tamiya, pour it in there, and a little bit comes pouring down the side. So they are completely reusable. In fact, they originally started off making them, and this is actually one of their real tops for Citadel paints. That's how they originally got started in this. They made these toppers for the Citadel, and it did really well. Lots of people had rave reviews about it and really liked them, and so they've decided to go ahead and move them on into bottles that will fit Tamiya. So let me just show you how this thing works. So we're going to use a brand new bottle of Tamiya thinner here, because I know I'm constantly applying thinner to my airbrush, and this is just going to make it a lot easier. This way we don't have to get a pipette or anything else out. It'll be ready to go. So we'll take our airbrush, we screw this cap on. We do have the lid top here that we can put into place, so we can leave it actually right in our display stand of paints, and we don't have to do anything else for it. Pop this off, and we can just go ahead and put it right over the bottle, and you just give it a little squeeze, and it'll just put drops of paint, of the thinner or paint, whatever one you're using on this, right into where you need it. So like I said, it avoids the ability or the necessity to have a pipette, or I have to admit, a lot of times I would just literally pour the bottle right onto the side of it there, usually spill part of it down the side, things like that. But this is just going to make it a lot easier. Now, like I was saying earlier, these are the prototype copies here of it. The actual ones will be more like this. This is actually the injection molded piece for the Citadel, and they are in their Kickstarter phase right now. So this one's already been done, and they're actually producing these. So they wanted to see how the market would be for Tamiya paint. So they're going to have both the small bottles and the large bottles, and I'll give you the web address that if you want to go out and check them out, I would definitely highly recommend it. And they are due to be produced in the very near future. In fact, they just went live with their Kickstarter on this, so I would definitely recommend you going over and taking a look at it. Okay, guys, we got some more exciting news as well. We just found out that Riffield model is going to be producing a Panzer IV-J, but this one with a full interior. And not only is it going to have a full interior, it's also going to come with a upper hull and turret that will have clear parts. So if you decide you want to show it off in just the built position, you'll be able to show all those pieces inside. Or do it like I did with the King Tiger, that you can pull it all apart and show the insides that way. As you can see, we've got an engine and transmission detail, full fighting compartment, so just a really cool looking vehicle. Now this is based on Riffield Models kit that they just came out with just a couple of months ago that has a full working suspension, and now you get the entire insides, and that shot right here looks really cool with all of the shells and all the other stuff inside. That really gives you an idea what it's like to be inside one of those tanks. So from what I understand, this kit is going to be probably due out in about a month and a half to 2 months based on what we've been told. Unfortunately, no retail price on it yet, but I'm sure that will follow soon.